Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Bye. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Professional
Krishna.
mode. Pop mode.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Host mode.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Karaoke mode.
Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Professional mode.
Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare.
Pop mode.
Hare Krishna. Good morning, Tom. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Hare. Hey, Janaki. Hey, Freddie. Hey, John. Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
For using.
All right, Tom, read us some Chaitanya Bhagavat.
Hello.
Hello.
that doesn't sound conclusive. Hello. Jay. Thank you, Shri Ganar.
Read from chapter. Let's see. What chapter you got there in front of you?
Chapter 10.
Go for it, man. Yeah, go. She read some of that already, so read. Go in about 10 verses or so. Or actually, you know what? Let's go to another chapter. Go to chapter 5.
Madhyakanda chapter 5.
Yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaura Bhattavinda. Whoa. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaura Bhattavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whoa. Chapter 5. Boo. I offer my obeisances to Sri Gauridas and his devotees in this Sangha. Various devotees, elevated devotees, pure devotees, assembled devotees. Jai Parampara. I just start. Thank you. The Vyasa Puja of Nityananda. The Vyasa Puja of Nityananda. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shri Chaitanya Chandra. Shri Chaitanya Chandra. Who is praised by the name of Murari. Who is praised by the name of Murari. He is the constantly glowing lamp of Navadvip. He is the constantly glowing lamp of Navadvip. He is the fearless lion who has come to slay the atheistic elephants. He is the fearless lion who has come to slay the atheistic elephants. He has taken the knotted thread in order to demonstrate the necessity of regular chanting a specific number of times the Lord's holy names. He has taken the knotted thread in order to demonstrate the necessity of regularly chanting a specific number of times the Lord's holy names, Hare Krishna, which are his own names. All glories to Sri Vishwambara. All glories to Sri Vishwambara, the Supreme Lord of all living entities. He is the Lord and Master of Nitya, of Sri Nityananda and Gadadhar Pandit. He is the Lord and Master of Sri Nityananda and Gadadhar Pandit. All glories to the Lord, for he is subjugated by the love of his pure devotees, headed by Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu.
You know, I find it interesting, certain things, like he's taking up the knotted string to show the necessity to chant a specific amount of chanting, right? It's almost like saying, you think, well, he's taken sannyas to show the necessity to take up sannyas. He's followed the rules to show the necessity to. This is like it's a mixture. It's not really the essence, because Lord Chaitanya, I have to take sannyas. I have to, and usually it's not really the essence. See, this is a rule and regulation thing, and not that say it's not out of Janet, but the point is mixing that in is not a good thing, because a lot of people, they say, you see, Lord Chaitanya didn't show this. The essence. I mean, what is part of the rules and regulations of what is ecstatic, spontaneous love of God? What is its style? What are these? We need to look at that, because a lot of people they do this in Vaishnavism. They go, you see, you're supposed to chant 1 lakh a day, and he said this, and then you must do this. But they say, it's not really the essence. It's a rule regulate. You must follow sannyas, what do you call it, Ekadasi, because he told his mother to do this. And people, they get infatuated by the external thing, and they don't understand the essence. Did his mother actually have to follow Ekadasi? He didn't have to follow Ekadasi. She loved her son, Matter of fact, the Lord himself didn't follow Ekadasi. I mean, he didn't have to follow. He eats on the altar. They feed him. He never follows Ekadasi. Nobody ever asked, well, why doesn't the Lord Ekadasi? Well, he's the Lord. Oh, yeah? Well, if you start to learn what is Raganuga Bhakti and what is spontaneous devotional principles, you'll understand that even his devotee doesn't have to follow. Yeah, nobody ever asked. Nobody goes deep into that. Nobody has that understanding except the follower of Jesus Christ. The example of Jesus Christ. It was the Sabbath day. See, that's a rule like, what do you call it? Ekadasi. You fast. You don't collect anything on that day, on the Sabbath day. No work, not even collecting food. And so the disciples of Jesus, they went out and they were hungry. They just went out and ate the corn, And Jesus was with them, you know. And the Pharisees, oh, they're not following their rule. Moses said you're supposed to do this, you know, follow this rule. No work. You don't go and collect corn on them. And Jesus said, I'm the Lord of the sacrifice. And so that those who take shelter of spontaneous devotional service and spontaneous devotees who are engaged that way also get freedom. You get free. You become free of external thinking. You know, you think inside the box. You don't think inside the mind of Krishna the way he thinks. That's why I like to, you know, point these things out, because people are lost in these external things. Gurus, you know, these people that are leaders in Krishna consciousness, they're lost inside of the rules and regulations and don't understand what is the heart of the matter. You know, so the Lord can eat grains anytime he wants because he has love of God, right? That's what a source of love of God. Well, what about a devotee? They have love of God too. They're free. They're free in the Lord because the Lord has given them himself and the Lord lives inside their body. So they're also free. See, so the Lord of sacrifice, see, Lord of the sacrifice, of the Sabbath, the sacrifice. I'm the Lord. See, but the truth is, he's the Lord. The Lord is living inside him. The Lord in me is the Lord of sacrifice. Is that Lord of sacrifice in you, gobbling up all sins and all that may be ingrained? See, that's really the essence. So anyway, the devotees are like that. They're free in God. They're free in completion of God. Radha and Krishna, they understand. See, they feel them. They feel, understand. They relish Satchidananda. See, so they have the complete understanding. Devotees don't have to follow strictly the rules and regulations. I mean, you can't imitate that. Does God really live? That's the bottom line. Do you have symptoms of God living inside you? That kind of freedom. You're free in the Lord because you have a devotion to God, love for the Lord. That's the transcendental. Sins are burned up in that path. Matter of fact, your kata, burns up sins and burns up ignorance because the Lord is you and speaking through you. Burns up ignorance and stuff. Yeah, go ahead, Tom. You know.
Yeah, this is interesting, yes, because I felt this when I was speaking this, and this is a point where we usually I would look at the word by word, but it's not available in this book.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's not in there the word for word. So yeah.
Yeah. So now I see these English words to demonstrate the necessity. It can easily be translated in another way, to demonstrate the unnecessary. If it's to be clear, if it's a necessity or not. So it can be interpreted and translated.
I don't know. That just
Yeah, but I usually I would dive into it, and maybe you have another translation of the book. I remember you have another.
it doesn't have the. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's another thing. Let's go into that a little bit later. I don't have a translation. Okay, move on. Go on.
All glories to Vishwambara, the Supreme Lord of all living entities. Yes. He is the Lord and Master of Nityananda and Gadadhar Pandit. All glories to the Lord.
Yeah, so all glories to Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Lord of all living entities. Isn't that an interesting statement? So what's the difference? Why is he if he's really the Lord, why doesn't everybody acknowledge him? Why doesn't the whole world acknowledge he's the Lord of all living entities? Yeah, see, because some know it and some don't know it. If you're in Maya, you don't know it. See, if you're out of Maya illusion, then you do know it. Then it depends on how much you know. You it's the same Lord Jesus Christ, Krishna, Lord Ram, even the devotees, the empowered versions, the plenary portions, the same Lord, you know. It's the same Lord over all living entities. That's why you see they call devotees Prabhu, right? Isn't that interesting? They call a devotee Prabhu, master. Why a disciple considering, oh, this is my master, special master. See, because the Lord empowers that devotee, the Lord in this world, if they're real, you know, if they're Shuddha Bhaktas, you know, and Satchidananda manifestations in this world, yeah. But if not, then they're also not clear. They don't have proper understanding. Not really, really clear. So like, you know, this ignorance is pretty I mean, depends on how much you want to know about the Lord. This conception is very broad, very narrow and broad at the same time. It's very broad, has many manifestations. The Christians don't know that. They think, oh no, Lord Jesus Christ, that's it. But the same Lord is Lord Chaitanya inside him. All incarnations are inside the conception that Lord Chaitanya is. See? He's the man of the full conception of the Godhead. That's why consider the latest incarnation, he gave the greatest revelation of God, how everything is in him. Even Radha and Krishna, isn't that amazing? Even Radha and Krishna are in Chaitanya. This is a great revelation, my friends. Truly, the greatest revelation. Go ahead, Tom.
O Lord, please engage the conditioned living entities in the eternal loving service of Lord Krishna and release them of the bondage of material existence. In the association of Nityananda, all the devotees passed their time in great joy, discussing the topics of Krishna's pastimes. All the assembled Vaishnavas were very elevated souls and unalloyed devotees of the Lord. Yes. They became immersed in the nectar of Krishna consciousness. Nityananda Prabhu was extremely joyful and he smiled as he looked around at the Vaishnavas. The meetings were always a scene of extreme ecstasy, and tears of transcendental love and happiness cascaded down from everyone's eyes. Seeing this ecstasy, Lord Vishwambara spoke to Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Lord Vishwambara spoke to Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Listen, my dear Nityananda Goswami, where shall we hold your Vyasa Puja ceremony? Tomorrow is a full moon, and on this day, Srila Vyasadeva is worshipped. Therefore, you may choose anyone's home and make arrangements with him.
You know, that's even see, where should your Vyasa Puja be held? And that was for Veda Vyas. So that's the real representative of Veda Vyas represents the Bhagavad, the Srimad Bhagavatam. See? This great, great devotional literature. And they give tribute to Veda Vyas. And so they wanted to give that to Nityananda. Where is your Vyasa Puja? See, you give Vyasa Puja.
You're breaking up.
Represent Veda Vyas. But do you really represent Vyas? Do you have the same Vyas? Most don't. So Vyasa Puja should have been just to any ordinary guru if they're just ordinary. That's idol worship, isn't it? Veda Vyas, am I coming through?
Sometimes not.
Oh.
It goes on and off.
Let me try. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like it's, yeah. Let's see if it becomes stronger by itself. It's kind of ebbing and flowing. Yeah, there we go. It seems, okay. Well, just let's see. All right. So, yeah, so Vyasa Puja is meant for transcendental personalities. That's why Devananda Pandit got chastised by Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya was ready to rip up his book, even though he was a good Brahmin and strict, following the rules of the Vedas and all these things, and was a guru teacher. He said, "You're not qualified. You're not really, you know." And they would give Vyasa Puja for him, I'm sure, just like they do for all these Vyasa Puja, like they gave to Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta. But are they really qualified? I don't. I think not. Unless there's really potency, they're idols. And people need to know this. They need to know if your guru is not transcendental, if they're not manifestations such an Ananda that we can be confident in seeing, that we can see with our own eyes and understanding, even by hearing from Satchidananda presence here in this world, then they are not worthy of Vyasa Puja. Because if they're Satchidananda, that means God is living alive and kicking inside them in the mature stage too. You know, it's amazing. Is play acting. You know, play acting. Yeah. It's play. It's like children in the sandbox in Krishna consciousness. They cannot just clear. And you think, you know, can you imagine what I'm saying right now? They would say this is really offensive to say that. Can you imagine? It's like so dumb, really dumb. What, to speak the truth? Isn't that the only thing we got in this world? Isn't that the only thing in Kali Yuga holding some semblance of God in this world? Is some ray of truth? And they're trying to cover it over with idol worship in Vaishnavism. The real guru is the real guru. The real acharya is the real acharya. The real spiritual master has mastered the spirit of Radha and Krishna. For real. Not for fake. Not for play. But for real. You can see this person has got Krishna. This person has got Radha living inside their temple. They're the real Pujari. The delivering, opening the curtain for us to see Radha and Krishna. Blowing the conch, showing the tears, the water in the conch, the eye sockets. Isn't it funny? They contain tears. That's what they're for. If you don't cry for Krishna, your eyes are worthless. This whole friggin' life is one big empty journey for you. You don't cry for God. You just your eyes are useless. That's why Bill Mungo poked them out. Don't poke out your eyes, but don't be radical. You don't need to. Just understand the concept. Dry eyes means a dry life, doesn't it? River, Tom, dry eyes means a dry life. So every time you look at a dry guru's eyes, that's your life, man. Is reflected in that dry guru, man, with dry eyes. Now, people think that is really offensive to call my dry-eyed guru a dry-eyed guru. What? It's just as it is, isn't it? Now, if he's a wet-eyed guru, then there's no problem. The wet-eyed guru say, hey, Gohar, you're right, man. You're right. I realized that too, man. My eyes are wet, man. We're on the same page, right? We were all associates of Lord Chaitanya because we all got wet eyes. It's only the dry eyes gurus who won't like this, Tom. Dry eye gurus will hate what I'm saying. Why? Because they're inconclusive. You want to take a bath, you got to find the wet-eyed gurus. Wet-eyed, moist, a lot of moisture coming down there. Lots of moisture, a lot of laughter, a lot of jovialness, man. You got to see, enjoy Harikatha, really clear, truth conclusive. Not contaminated. Krishna consciousness has so many contaminations in the Vaishnavism. They just by the fact of worshiping gurus as your Lord and Master who have no ecstatic love of God. That in itself is a huge anartha. Huge, big, massive. Therefore, it needs massive medicine. A massive attack on it. On that illusion. Go ahead, Tom, read on. Are you muted or what?
Yeah, thanks. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let's see. Therefore, yes, you may choose anyone's home and make arrangements with him. Nityananda Prabhu could understand Lord Vishwambara's mind. Nityananda Prabhu could understand Lord Vishwambara's mind. So he took Vyasa Pandit by his hand and smiling said, "Listen, Vishwambara, I will have my Vyasa Puja in his Brahmana's house."
See, he understood Lord Chaitanya's mind. What was his mindset? He said, Lord Chaitanya said, you can have Vyasa Puja in anybody's home. Was it just anybody? See, it was a hint to Nityananda. Oh, of course, he wants it in a pure Brahman's home, the one who has pure love for God. That was Srivas Pandit. Not just any Brahman. Yeah, you need the worship is complete by the real worshiper. That's what the Lord came to teach. He came to teach the glories of his pure devotees that he brought from the spiritual world, their worship. They're the ones you need to learn life from, man. They're the ones you got to learn what real devotional service is. Especially when they tell you the confidential truth about Raganuga Bhakti and Raga and teach all these things about Rasa. And get you purified so you can taste rasa and the glories of it. You learn from them. That's why the Lord came to say, learn from my ecstatic devotees, the confidential truth. See, we're here to revive that kind of teaching now. The confidential truth is being taught here and revealed. We're not talking about just, external bhakti. The Lord came to bring something more than that. And we're here to bring it to the next platform. See? Yeah. So this is the next platform, is the way it was then, is to bring that forth now again. Yes, have Vyasa Puja here. This is our Vyasa Puja. Vyasa Puja is everyday river and Lalita Ganga's prayers that you hear, or Johan's prayers, praying from the heart, the glories of their representative of Veda Vyas. You could not pray like none of these gurus can get a prayer like them here. You cannot get like that because they're not faced with the real representative. If they were, and they were purified, they would start having prayers like those persons. Only the Lord can pray through his real temples that represent him. No one else can do it. No one has the power to pray like the devotees pray here, that have a deep relationship with the Lord. The Lord is chosen. You could see by their prayers, by their glorification, you could see how empowered a person is. You can see where is a person got the desire and the inclination to glorify the Lord's transcendental glories. Who has the power? Only where the Lord is working inside some temple. That's why none of these gurus would dare come here. They would not dare. They don't, because inside they know they don't have that power. They know they don't have the strength to confront the Lord that they're worshiping and actually representing, which they don't. They would have to come here to get purified. So to do that, to be a real guru and a real deliverer of their disciples, delivering real bhakti, like we do, showing that God has a benediction on our activities here. Empowers this ability to awaken the Lord in the heart in other devotees, just like the Bhagavad says. By you become that kind of preceptor. You are becoming that kind of preceptor. I'm speaking to you awakened souls. You're real persons now amongst a bunch of people that are not real, not alive. Everybody, they say you, they're speaking about their false ego always. When I say you, I'm talking here to real persons, and many of you are real. You're the reality of who you are. Your spiritual relationship with God is awakened. Now you're a real you, a real person, an eternal person, even in this world. Amazing. Go ahead, Tom, read it.
Lord Vishwambara then spoke to Shiva's Pandit. Now you have a heavy responsibility over your head. Shivas replied, "No, my lord, it's no botheration. By your grace, everything is in this house."
Everything is in this house. See, everything is in this house by your grace. See, we don't need any external paraphernalia. All we need is, like he's going to say, is the book to perform the ceremony. And that's what we have. We have Prabhupada's books. That's all we need. Everything is here by your grace, here in this temple and externally too. The Lord has provided me a nice camera. The Lord has provided me a nice computer, internet connection, a house to stay, and everything. Okay? Everything by, and it is truly the grace of God, because I've just been depending on that for years upon years. Everything is provided by your grace, Lord. Now let us have our Vyasa Puja. Let's glorify the devotees. Let the ceremony begin. Let the festivities begin. Let the festival begin. Let the devotional party begin, as Prabhupada used to say. Lots of devotional parties. Right, Janaki? Right, Freddie? In the devotional party, man. That's the party. Let's come party down, man. Hey, guys, New Year's. This is the New Year. It's time to party, man. Happy New Year. Our party, it's like we don't have to wait for a whole year before you have the New Year's Eve. Every day is New Year's Eve. You just wake up out of bed, man, and it's New Year's Eve. Man, every day is a celebration of the Lord. Celebration of his grace and mercy, more and more and more. Victory! Every day is a victory, right? New year for the Lord Chaitanya. Every day is a new year, a new day for the Lord. New day living for God. Yeah. New day of being in God and God being in us. And what else do you need? When you're in God and God is in you, today. Hey, perfect day every day. And becomes more perfect tomorrow and more perfect forever. Now, who wouldn't want to take shelter of a Lord like we've got? Come on, man, wake up. Gee, Juggo. Sleeping souls out there. What are you waiting for, man? Feast is ready. But ding-a-ling-a-ling, you ding-a-lings. Come on, you ding-a-lings. Don't you hear the prasadam bell here? Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling for the ding-a-lings. Just admit you're a ding-a-ling like us. We're just ding-a-lings. But we go to the food. We hear that, because we're ding-a-lings, we hear the ding-a-ling. Now, you're a real ding-a-ling if you don't hear the ding-a-ling. Go ahead, Tom, read on.
The paraphernalia required, like clothes, grains, Brahman thread, ghee, etc., are all available here. I have only to borrow the book, which gives the procedure for performing a Vyasa Puja ceremony.
With internet, I don't even have to keep any books, man. I just borrow them. I just borrow them from the web, man. Hey, man, let's take a little borrow. It's great, man. You just borrow the book. Just borrow the book and then put it back. I don't have to carry anything, man. Yeah. Lord carries us. Isn't that nice? Don't you have, come on, man, world, everybody, religious, non-religious, demons, demigods, come get the Lord's mercy, my friends. He's takes away the burden, all of the burdens of the demigods who speculate and the demons who want to control. My God, control the goose, man. And stop trying. There's so much hard work to try to track and trace the assets of God. We're all assets. Man. It's only asses that try to control the assets. See, only asses go after assets instead of the Lord. The Lord, all assets come from Him. See, only asses go after the assets. I want to track and trace them and accumulate them. Why? Get the Lord. All assets come from Him. He's the store of wealth. See, Bitcoin in the world is a reflection of the real store of wealth. See, the real electricity, where the source of it. I'm telling you, man, this is what we're preaching here. Is the most valuable asset in the world. It's the most valuable store of wealth is Lord Chaitanya, man. And we're going to prove it every day more and more and more until it becomes so obvious that these gurus will come and these sannyasis will come. Because everybody wants wealth, man. They just don't know. They don't know that the real wealth is God. It's subtle, right? You got to be better than the best Kirby salesman to sell such an expensive vacuum cleaner. You have to be top-notch salesman to tell it. A Kirby vacuum costs a lot of freaking money. People have to go into debt a long time to buy one. So you better be a good salesman. Yeah. And the Lord, you have to also go in debt a long time. You're going to say, I'll never be able to repay my debt to you, Lord. You're so good, man. I want to be indentured to you. I want to be your devotee. And the Lord says, my God, I got a devotee like that. I want to be a servant of that devotee forever also. That's the grace Lord Chaitanya gives. This is the grace in this place here. This is the authority here to give that relationship. Go ahead, Tom.
I have only to borrow the book which gives the procedure for performing a Vyasa Puja ceremony. Then, then tomorrow, by my great fortune, I shall witness the Vyasa Puja. Lord Vishwambara was very pleased with Srivasa's reply, and all the devotees were jubilant. Lord
And when you see the devotee giving Vyasa Puja to their guru and their pranams like that, when it's from the heart, that's a great thing, man, because then you find what is real worship, man, and what is the real process that the Lord came to teach. Otherwise, you don't know unless you see an example of that. You got to see a person that his heart is purified, where the Lord has accepted their temple and is living in their temple, and then the prayer you hear is from the empowerment of the Lord. Otherwise, nobody can pray choice prayers like that. The Lord has to be in their temple. That's why you can't. This is why the Lord here is going to win, because He's the truth, man. Everything else is a lie in this world. Religion is a lie in a sense. Religion is not pure religion. It's full of material motive, full of gurus who want to be gurus, even though they're not qualified because they have some motive, whatever it is, even if they think, well, I should do this, and they don't see their own motives. They can't see. You're blind, man. When you're blind, you can't see. Your eyes have to be opened by those whose eyes are opened. There's no other way. You have to get your sight from those who see. Otherwise, you're trying to get sight from blind people. What do you think the meaning of the blind leading the blind means? People are blind leaders and blind guides. And people keep following them. Why do you think Jesus Christ mentioned it? Why do you think we mentioned it? The real followers in the Parampara always have to say, hey, you're following blind guides. Don't they all do that? Didn't the apostles say you're following blind guides, like Jesus said? You're following blind guides, these Brahmins of the day? Didn't Lord Chaitanya say you're following blind guides? They can't purify you if you're just a Brahmin. The Lord Chaitanya everybody says the same thing, because reality is reality. Truth is truth. The deepest truth is the deepest truth. Universal truth. There's universal miseries, right? And universal truth that will dispel it. That's how we roll here. We give truth that dispels universal miseries, universal ignorance. Same bullshit has been going on for centuries. See, we're trying to point out, not trying, we're doing it actually. We're pointing out. We're pointing out what is real in this world. Where is the door to get into reality? That's what Jesus Christ said. Come on, man, I'm the door here in this world. The Lord is with me, and He wants to be with you too. Just listen to the message that the Pharisees can't give you, that these Brahmins can't, the dry-eyed Brahmins can't give you, the dry-eyed sannyasis can't give you, dry-eyed gurus can't give you. That Lord Chaitanya can, because He has wet eyes. His real associates can, because they're on the same family. They're true associates. You need to find the true associates of the Lord. If they are, they'll have the symptoms. The Lord's nature will be on them to cry and to laugh, choke up, and to live a liberated state of consciousness, because God lives alive in their body. He's been born. He come up. From you, living waters will come up. Raising Krishna rising into the heart. This is the life we bring to the world. This is the life Lord Chaitanya brought to the world. His real followers. And this is not the life that people who don't have that life already, if they're dry-eyed gurus, man, and dry-eyed Brahmins and sannyasis, you cannot get this life. This is real, man. This is eternally real. This is what's being kept secret by Maya. And those who are still in Maya, they cannot unearth these secrets. We unearth, we take them out of the earth. Okay? We make worldly people into spiritual beings. You know, people, they have so many teachers in this world, but they're all blind unless they have spiritual emotion. I see this. You know, one guy's a nice guy, you know, doing his best, but he's still in the material emotions, you know, and thinking, trying to, you know, rectify them or modify them or try. You're caught up in a dark place, man. Everybody, they're in their material emotions. You can see it always misleads you because they have to be transformed into spiritual emotion. See, spiritual worship, devotion. See, that devotional potency gives clarity. Without it, you're still blind. Even though I told you about this friend I have for 30 years, and he doesn't understand anything about the glories of bhakti, even though he's been a yogi for 50 years now. Doesn't understand anything about this because he had no devotion. Misunderstands everything. Everybody more or less is misunderstanding everything until real devotion awakens in your heart. Now you're starting to become a real person, somebody that's living forever now. Now you know how to live forever. You know the process of living forever. You can preach and teach the process of living forever to those who don't know, which is practically everybody is not so clear about it. Oh, Amy, you're so cute. Judging eyes, the modes of nature, blind, dead. Yeah, exactly. Realize. I mean, you know, it's so. I tell you, it's such a kick. It really is a kick to reveal, to relish, to manifest reality into this dead, dark world. You'll see, the more you get it, the more it's just such a kick. It's such a great, that's why devotees say, Lord, send me, man. I want to preach the truth, your truth in this world of dark. Everybody's taking shelter dark. I just want to light it up, man. Light it up, man. Blow it up, you know, light it up like those Green Berets. Light it up, man. Light up that darkness. That's what we do here. Light it up, man. Just bring the light into the world. Yeah, the book is the book. This book is full of light. It's a light. It's incarnate. It's God in the form of a book. All it needs to be is in the hands of a real devotee who has some reality, because real bhakti is awakened. Yeah. And then it purifies the ears. Yeah. And then you become a real devotee, man. Also, you know, you found the best thing. You know it. You encounter it every day. It gets more and more real for you, man. Then you become strong. You become like Thor's hammer in this world. You crack glass, you know, because you're like a diamond drill. You know, diamond drills through everything. Diamonds are hard. It's harder than steel, I think, too. Is it diamond? Whatever it is, you got to be that. Harder than steel. Harder than Maya, man. You know, Maya's hard, man. She's harsh and she's hard. But my Lord is harder. Will penetrate even the illusion. Right. Let's light it up. Go ahead, Tom. Read on.
Lord Vishwambara was very pleased with Srivasa's reply, and the devotees were jubilant. Lord Vishwambara said, Listen, Nityananda Goswami. Let us all make preparations to go to Srivas Pandit's house. Nityananda very much appreciated Vishvambara's words and immediately proceeded to Srivasa Pandit's house.
Isn't that amazing? Let's make the Lord is so funny. Let us make What kind of preparations do they make to go to the house? You guys go. The preparations are all done. That's why I'm telling you, man. Everybody's preparing to worship the Lord. There's no preparation needed. It's already prepared. The worship, it's all done already. Just do it. Yeah, can you imagine? I'm going to prepare for my class today. Right, we just go. We just go to Srivasa's house, man. We just go to the devotee's house, and the party happens. That's called spontaneous devotional service. All we need to do is borrow the book, to look at these beautiful things and speak about Krishna, remind us about Krishna a little bit, and then we remind everybody more. Get more memories about Krishna. You know what it is to get old in this world? This is why I'll never get old. Because it's this. When you get old, all you live on, we even got some old devotees here. They live on the old past. We got old Prabhupada disciples. Oh, it used to be like this. And there's no new thing going on in their life. See, so I never, because everything is new, man. Everything gets new here. These pastimes are newer and newer, just like the book says. The pastimes get newer and newer and newer as they're discussed. This gets newer and newer, fresher and fresher. More. You want to freshen up. They say that people go to the toilet to freshen up. That's Maya. That's the world, man. They go to the beauty parlor to freshen up and to the toilet to freshen up. Okay? Here we go to a clean place to freshen up. We go right to the Lord, man, and freshen up, man. His name is ever fresh. His pastimes are ever fresh. We freshen up in the right way, in the pure way, by associating what is the purest of the purest. Yeah. Somebody asked me how old I was the other day. Young guy. I said, I'm an old man. He says, how old are you? I said, he said, 6. I said, 68. He said, no, we don't look that old. Even though I probably look it, but I don't know. I don't feel it. This life, man, is this a life everlasting? I feel like Jesus would say, yeah, I have life, man. I give it to you, but that's all I do. I like to give this life out, man. Just inject this life right into the veins of devotees. Like Bill Gates wants to inject you with poison. I want to inject you with life everlasting. So who do you want to listen to? You want to listen to Bill Gates who will inject you with poison, man, so you die? Or you want to injected with this and live forever? Choose. What do you think? What do you think is for your best welfare? Yeah, you look 69. He's peanut gallery. Get these guys in the peanut gallery. He's a peanut. You peanut there. Listen here. Go ahead, Tom. Read some more. See what other ammunition we can get here.
I still feel this joke. I only have to borrow the book of the regulations of the ceremonies. It's such a joke because everything is present there. I only have to borrow that book because it's so funny, but it's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, I just okay. I continue. Lord Vishnu was very pleased with Srivasa's reply, and the devotees were jubilant. Lord Vishnu said, "Listen, Nityanand Goswami, let us all make preparations to go to Srivas Pandit's house." Nityananda very much appreciated Vishwambara's words and immediately proceeded to Srivas Pandit's house. The Lord,
This is the thing about, see, devotional service. Everything's easy, man. Preparation. Oh, no problem. Very, very easy, man. Just turn the camera. We're ready, man. We stay prepared. It's nice. Devotees are always stay prepared. They're always always prepared. For the fight.
yeah,
The Lord is complete. If the Lord is in you, He's complete. See, and devotional service just activates the completion, and it gives the taste. It's all, even though God is complete in Himself, He likes devotional service. He likes this activity of devotional service. Like here, we're doing something, right? We're sitting here. What is the preparation? We just start doing it. We just go and proceed with the procedure. Hearing and chanting and remembering and listening and responding and talking about the Lord, man. And the Lord is great happiness for everybody concerned. Easy peasy. Yes, that's a great one. I got to remember that. Easy peasy. Remind me that this is easy.
Easy peasy, spontaneous.
Yeah. And look at all the work. This is why, come on, you guys out working so hard to serve Krishna. There's a guru, man. I went over he has a woman. He was in the Narayan Raj group. I went and stayed overnight at their ashram. And this lady, she's top disciple of Narayan Raj, and she's a nice lady. I mean, we had a nice relationship. We went and visited and everything, and I went to stay at her ashram, and she has a Shiksha disciple. And because she's very austere and very regulated, very everything by the book and all that stuff, man. And so I go into the ashram and he comes out and he says, and I think she chastised him or something, and he says, "It's so hard to serve Krishna." And I was with Prabhupada, and I always felt, like so safe, how people feel safe if they're locked up and they have their masks and shots. I just feel safe being with Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and the Parampara and Prabhupada. So I was a little confused. This guy is a guru. He wasn't quite a guru then yet, but he is now. It's so hard to serve Krishna because he has to get up and do all these rules, regulations. Still, rules, everything. Just sannyas, dodiyan, and all the tilak. Got to just put on appearances and follow all these rules and ekadasis and this and that. There's so much preparation. He doesn't understand. He's not like a Nityananda. Just, hey, let's make preparation. Okay, let's just go. Let's flow. Let's do it. Yeah, not that kind of. Yeah, it's already done. Okay? This is spontaneous devotional service. This is what's being offered. Otherwise, everything is hard. Purification is hard. This is easy. Oh, you hear the chant Hare Krishna, love of Krishna awakens. Purification is done. You took your bath. Everything's cool, clean, purified. Go ahead, Rita.
Yeah, I remember you taught me about unconcerned and undisturbed, and this Raganuga, this spontaneous devotee, he is undisturbed by these books and rules and regulations. It just flows, and he is alive in this spontaneous bliss, and he's undisturbed, moving.
Well, devotees spontaneously doing what people are practicing by a methodology. They're doing this and this. I mean, if you're following the program, say I'm following the program, but I'm in the program, I'm engaged in pure devotional service. In whatever program you're doing, you're going to be ecstatic. if that's the way you want to do it. I mean, I don't know. If you're doing Guru Puja and you're just, uh, because at a certain time, so then you become ecstatic doing the worship. See, spontaneous devotional services, you can go by moods. Your mood is, I feel like this mood to do this and do that. And that, is nice. It pleases Krishna. Variety. See, this transcendental variety. And it's not always fixed in a box. You got to go on some program. It's not free flowing. It's not like improv.
I feel when I listen to you now, when I'm imagining that I'm doing that, yeah, like a pujari or someone doing this very dry, yes, I can feel I have to laugh because I see it's so dry, it's so dry, it's so dry that when I see this I have to laugh. So it's that's my kind of I feel where I get this ecstasy from, this feeling from. Then it's so funny. It's so funny what they are doing. They are doing dry things, and I can see that, and they cannot see themselves. They cannot see that the joke of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Here's a good one. Thank God you don't have a temple. I can only imagine. Like he's thinking, thank God you don't have a temple because I can only imagine how messy it is. Totally. You're in such an illusion, Karuna. I don't have a temple. You see, the thing is, you can't imagine how clean this temple is. I got a temple. It is pristine. I keep it clean, man. Every day I clean it, make sure it's free of dirt. Spick and span we use. The Mr. Clean is here. Oh, what is this? So inconclusive. Oh, I can't. Glad you don't. If I didn't have a temple, I wouldn't be here, my friends. We wouldn't be preaching. This is because there is a temple here. A very, very pristine temple is here. My Lord, Radha and Krishna, they're the greatest sweepers, man. They keep it clean. We sweep together every time, especially if I'm not, if I go out into the world and maybe I'm a little attentive because I'm looking here and looking there or something, they go afterwards. They do a virus check. They come and they do a sweep. It's like they sweep the computer, make sure no viruses got it. We do that kind of thing here. They come and they look at every nick and cranny. If they see anything, they grab it and it becomes purified.
Yeah. Nowadays,
It's good for my preaching.
yeah,
Karuna,
they are
good
looking
for
if your mask is right, is right over your nose, and like those stupid things that are so irrelevant.
Yeah. Thanks for that good one. That was a real good one there, Karuna. Keep throwing them up here. There's some people they toss the ball up, and then the batter hits it. So, Karuna, toss me a few balls. I want to smack a few around. Out of the ballpark. I want to hit them out of the ballpark.
Lord, shall I continue? Yes. Lord Vishwambara.
So I like answer your own questions.
Wow. Lord Vishwambara said, listen, Nityananda Goswami, let us all make preparations to go to Shiva's Pandit's house. Nityananda very much appreciated Vishwambara's words and immediately proceeded to Shiva's Pandit's house. The Lord and Nityananda Prabhu, accompanied by their associates, looked exactly like Krishna and Balaram in Gokula, as they went about accompanied by their friends. Yes. As they entered Shiva, oh my God. Whoa. As they entered, she was. This is new for me. Oh my god. Oh wow, where is this coming from? Oh my god. Oh, this is Johan's energy. Oh, surprise. Oh my god. Like, where's Johan? Whoa, this is unexpected. Oh my god. Oh, I feel everything. This is too hot here. Oh. Where is this coming from? Oh my god! Woo! Woo! No, it's not possible. Oh no, this is not me. Woo! Woo! What is this? Oh my god! Happy birthday to you. Whoa. Oh, this is not possible. Oh. What's happening to me? What's happening to the... No! I can't stop. Oh my god. Hallelujah. Boo. Okay. I tried to switch back, but it's not possible. I cannot go back. No backwards. Only I try to be serious, but it's not possible. Oh, so this is how it feels.
Yeah, don't try anything. Just keep reading and keep experiencing.
Okay. Yes. Okay. As they entered Shiva's Pandit's house, as they entered Shiva's Pandit's house, the devotees felt a current of joy run through their bodies. Okay. As they entered Shiva's Pandit's house,
don't try to control anything. Just
As they entered Shiva's Pandit's house, the devotees felt the current of joy run through their bodies. Yes. As they entered Shiva's Pandit's house, the devotees felt the current of joy run through their bodies. The Lord ordered the doors to be closed. The Lord ordered the doors to be closed, allowing only friends and relatives inside. Oh. Then, upon the signal from Lord Vishwambara, they began singing bhajans and kirtans.
Yeah, this or allowing only friends and relatives. It's not mundane. This is why you must, if you want to be associated Lord Chaitanya, you want to go where they go, you have to be part of the family. Only the relatives, the friends and relatives. See, based on intimacy. You can be a friend. The well-wishers, you can go back to Godhead being a well-wisher. You might be on a little bit more of a, more of a little more distance, but then they may become even closer if you want, and become almost like like a real close relative. See, and but you need to be part of that friends and relatives group. You can't, enemies don't get into the kingdom of God until they're purified, at least. Or people who are critics of. Can you imagine people criticizing real devotees? Yeah. See, so you don't get into the kingdom until that fault is rectified and you realize all glories. You give respect to the real devotees. Here, real devotional service is being offered to the world again. And whoever doesn't receive it, you don't get in. It's the way it is. Yeah. How can you go? How can you go to a place that has come here? And you don't receive it here? How are you going to receive it there when you go? If you react here, you see. So when people receive what we're doing here, they're receiving the kingdom of God. It's like the same thing when Jesus, he came to and was preaching to the multitudes. They're all blind, right? But they're listening because they thought, oh, well, he heals people. We'll listen to him. And he's speaking, the kingdom of God is coming to you. And they go, where is it, Lord? Where is it? They're looking for some place or something. The kingdom of God comes through his devotees preaching, man, from their word. Okay? Kingdom of God has come from their ecstasy, their emanation from them. Ecstatic Brahma emanates by their word. Illusion, finished. Okay? By their word. So you come close to the emanation and you hear the word and boom, you enter into the family affairs. Only the family. Then only the family can hear these secrets. Even now, look at Facebook Live. The Lord keeps them secret for those who are blasphemers, or those who are not purified. They angry, they hate this, and they're always working their asses off on the chain gang, man, doing their rules, regulations, and working their butts off to be purified. Materialistic and religion, following gurus who are dry eye sockets, thinking they're going to take them back. All these illusions for them, not for those coming here. Here you see the law. Oh yeah, why am I worshiping dry-eyed persons? That's idol worship. Becomes a no-brainer. Why am I giving respect to them as spiritual masters and supporting the lie? What is the difference giving respect to Bill Gates and his shot program and a person who gives respect to gurus who tell you to go get the shot? Okay? Why? I'm here to respect the respectable. Who are the respectable? Who the glories the devotees glorify. Don't they always glorify pure devotees? All glories to the associates of Lord Chaitanya. Yet did they ever say, all glories to those who hate Lord Chaitanya, hate his ecstatic love, hate his conclusive truth, and those who represent his ecstatic love and conclusive truth? Do they say all glories to those persons? Well, that's what you're all doing out there in ISKCONs and all the other groups. That's why you stay on the level of religion until you're finished with that. You're ready to hear more. Hear the truth and be set free. The truth will set you free. We speak truth every day here. Emanate truth here of ecstatic devotion every day. Clarity every day and logic every day. That's why illusion cannot stay in this emanation, in this association. Okay? This is for friends and relatives of Lord Chaitanya's family and those who want to be. Even if you're not there, even like this, if you want to be, you're attracted. You're open. Oh, well, this is a place for you. Come take the shelter. Yeah, because that's what I'm here. I get the shelter, man. Yeah, go ahead there, Tom.
As they entered Shiva's Pandit's house, the devotees felt a current of joy run through their bodies. The Lord ordered the doors to be closed, allowing only friends and relatives inside. Then, upon the signal from Lord Vishwambara, they began singing bhajans and kirtanas. And gradually, the external world faded away into oblivion. Yes. Gradually, the external world faded away into oblivion. The chanting was ecstatic and befitting the occasion of Vyasa Puja. The two lords began to dance ecstatically, surrounded by the devotees who were singing. The bond of love and affection exists eternally between Lord Nityananda and Lord Vishwambara. And now, as they danced together, each one was immersed in thought of the other.
So Lord Chaitanya, see, the bond of love lasted for them forever. Lord Chaitanya came here to awaken souls, so to awaken their bond of devotion and love for God forever. And Jesus also. He said, I want to give you the Spirit, and that Spirit will abide in you forever. Forever in your awareness. That is the greatest gift, the greatest attainment, the greatest revelation for anybody in all of the universes. Yeah, all kinds of Maya in every different universes, all the material modes, they're like molded into all kinds of different shapes, technologies. It's all illusion everywhere. AIs, all using both. That's why it's never. You look at an AI, it looks like a machine, right? Never can be molded nicely by man. I mean, perfectly. Only God does it nicely, in nature, perfectly, organically. You know, his ships here are living. They're like ships. They had a um, TV series that was very very interesting because it was about this ship. It was like a spaceship, but it was organic. It was run organically. I don't know if I forgot the name of the thing. Yeah, it had an organic movement, and it was conscious. See, this is the way the Lord has kind of made everything organically nice. It has some kind of life in it. It's not really alive yet until the spirit is awakened here in the world. Yeah. See, so anyway, the demons are always messing with the life of God because they want to imitate the way the Lord works, but it ends up in destruction. It's always it just never works. They think it's just it's like you go to big pharma to get cured from taking these medicines, and the cure is worse than the disease usually. Not all the time, but a lot of times. You know, you get hooked on the drugs, like all kinds of weird things. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go off because I want to take a walk before it gets hot. It's getting hot lately. Um, Tom, why don't you go on and start giving just do a live reading, do some more, see where that goes. Just go Facebook Live, start reading, continue on. See what
Okay.
happens. Yeah. Try
I
that.
will continue immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Just jump right on it. Don't let your mind, say
Take over
anything
the
else.
lead. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, everybody. I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you for coming, everybody. I'm going for a walk.